This is so...
Well, that goes without saying. This, aka the black market of intel. No matter what faction you're with, it's the place to buy and sell information. As an expeditionary force on foreign soil, working with them has offered us the most effective way of... Anyway, where were we? Folks from Nodcry should be pretty familiar with me by now. But I believe this is the... Allow me to introduce myself. I am Varka, Knight of Boreas, and Grand Master...
We've heard all about you. This meeting's been a long time coming. You look way younger than Paimon expected. But you're definitely...
Well, I'm no spring chicken. Just definitely feeling some of that back pain today, though. Rushed back from Amsfartnir without a wink of sleep, only to get right into another fight with that freshly revived maniac.
Another?
Yep. He wasn't nearly as strong back then, but he was still a formidable foe. I brought some of the knights along to give him a little surprise, but he saw us coming from a mile off. My squad took heavy injuries, and I barely made it out alive myself. We knew it might have been our last chance, so we staked everything on it. But still, it wasn't enough to stop him. I tried tracking him down afterwards, but he didn't leave a trace. Even in his unhinged mental state, he's as cautious as any train. So, I decided to come find you. And as luck would have it, turned up to find you being ambushed by the
Is that why he's been frantically absorbing Kuvaki these past few days?
Maybe I'm part of the equation, but even if I weren't, I'm sure he'd still be gathering power.
Note to self. Uncle Varka's strength rating officially up.
Guess it's my turn to ask questions now. So, what exactly has been happening in...
That's a long story, but I'll try to make it quick.
Wow, I had no idea so much had happened. Sounds like you guys have really been through it. So, the Kutar is actually a Fatui Harbinger. And all this wild hunt activity in Nodcry, that's a lot to take in.
I'm truly sorry. You stood with us against the wild hunt.
You've got nothing to apologize for, Miss Moonchanter. You can plan 100 steps ahead and still slip up. That's just... And, to be perfectly honest, I can't say I'm surprised. But now that a new variable has come into play, fate may well take a different course.
A new variable? You mean... us?
Who else? And in a strange way, I think his resurgence might not be an entirely bad thing. The Wild Hunt is like an unrelenting force of nature, but Rerir is an individual with an agenda. That said, while I was explaining everything just now, some of the points...
You mean about our mystery app?
That's right. From what you've said, not only did they lead you straight to some key files, they also shielded Hisi. I don't know who or what could pull something like that off.
I hadn't heard the story about those files. Would you mind repeating their titles for me?
Wild Hunt Phenomena Log. A Nodcryan Ratnik's field journal.
Oh.
Another dead end. Guess all we can do now is hope that our mystery ally keeps showing... Still, it's safest to assume they won't be intervening again. From here on out, we'll have... Your intel also explains something else I've been wondering, but once we looked into it, it turned out to be a red herring. I doubt it's by chance that he happened to make his comeback while my attention was diverted. And from everything you told me, it sounds... But is it even possible that he orchestrated all of this by himself? The Moon Maiden and the Raker of Solnari. Nodcry of all places. The way everything is unfolding, it can't be a coincidence.
So... what do we do now?
Right now, we've got at least 3... First, we need to figure out how to take down Rare. To my knowledge, the bulk of Nodcry's fighting force is already...
What if there was a way to tap into a new power of our own?
How so?
Have you thought of something, Columbina?
3 moons once watched over this world. The Eternal Moon was... They say that back then, the 3 moon goddesses wielded immense power. I now bear the Frost Moon's power, and the Eternal Moon's marrow resides within the Traveler.
Hold on. Are you suggesting...
The iridescent moon.
That's right. If we can find the iridescent moon's marrow...
The 3 moons are said to stir the tides and illuminate all...
According to my analysis, The solution is...
I know a way, but we will need to visit the Fatui's Experimental Design Bureau.
The Experimental Design Bureau?
Yes.
It's a long way from here to the Experimental Design Bureau. There's a high chance you'll be spotted. You should...
Then that's settled. Next up, our second priority. As you saw for yourselves, when he was still in his... People's obsessions often reveal their greatest vulnerabilities. The Wild Hunt has plagued Nodcry for centuries now.
It's true. We still know very... If Kuthar hadn't given us that lead, we wouldn't even know his name.
But where would we even start? I doubt even the Intel Queen of Nodcry has a clip.
Oh? That's a rather hasty conclusion for someone who's so painstakingly meticulous.
Ah, she heard me.
Boss! What are you doing here?
I'm now asking myself the same question. I received a letter from a humble knight of Favonius, requesting a meeting to discuss a major business deal.
Since his failed ambush, we can't do this without the Curator.
Wait a sec. How did you even... Didn't you say this is meant to be the Knights of Favonius' meeting spot? And a contact hub for the Northern Intel...
You really think he could have gotten settled in Nodcry without my help? Besides,
Allow me to introduce the current head of the Northern Intelligence Network. If it's intel you're after...
Please spare me the flattery. Let's cut to the chase. Well, this certainly...
So you're just going to sit this one?
Why should I get involved?
What if we told you?
Oh? Then
I can't put a price on something like this. It's just not in my nature. But then again, if you insist on compensation, I will pay you.
You just don't give up, do you? Too bad. I know you well enough to know you can't afford my prices. The riskier the job, the more it'll cost. And a Moonchanter's stipend isn't exactly generous. Unless you're planning to start...
Boss, just a thought. If they come up short, maybe you can take the difference out of... Things got really dangerous during the fight with Rerir. If this girl hadn't saved me, I'd be ley line fodder by... If there's any way we can make this work...
This is why I'm always telling you never accept favors. You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all kinds of misfortune. Very well. Flynn's. That fragment that Rerir...
Of course.
Let me borrow it. I need it to follow up on some leads.
Wait, you actually have...
Shh. This is Tom...
I get it. And that brings me to the third and final item. I'm in for this part, no matter what. Anyone...
Count me in too.
Come off it, you I'm way ahead of you here. Nefa did a scan of the Moon Goddess's Kuvaki signature, and once they're ready, we'll deploy the
I like it. Genius idea.
No biggie.
All right then, we'll split into 3 teams. Once your team has finished their mission, return here and wait for the others.
Lady Damselette. Wait. We've been doing our best to mind our own business lately.
You really think that's gonna scare...
We're not looking for any trouble.
Do I need to remind you that you're still a wanted fugitive out of consideration for our
Let them in.
But...
Are you going to make me repeat that?
No.
Zandrone seems to be in a good mood. Must be maintenance day.